What?
Yeah, so Shams, why do you describe your childhood?
Whoa.
Well,
let me
shit.
start at age 2
wait,
here.
are we recording? Dude,
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live right now, baby. We're on fucking record right now.
I didn't even realize we were live, man. I swear.
Oh man, yeah, we're on the audio and the video.
Yeah, I gotta go to
now.
the bathroom again.
At first it was audio, but now video. Yo, enjoy your 24 episode 10. We got Braeden Ralla and Ryan Shams.
Let's get it.
What's up, fellas? How you guys doing?
10. Yo, my favorite number. Let's go.
Dude.
Yo.
Okay, for people that don't know, we literally just spent an hour and a half fucking trying to set it up with 3 mics because usually we do 2. And this is the first episode with 3, and it was just very echoey with my man over here, Daniel. You know, he's the producer. He has the headphones in, so he hears all the audio. It was very echoey, so we're getting it rolling now. We've got a couple beers, you know, fucking dark lager. I'm not really a lager guy, so.
Are we getting it? Cheers, boys.
SNO.
Sponsored by.
So why didn't we have the smoothies? Why did we not have the smoothie sponsorship, man? Right there, that's advertising.
We'll get that. We'll get that.
That's advertising.
I was gonna
I
ask you to bring a smoothie.
We should have, man. Should have.
I still haven't had a smoothie, dude.
Damn, bro. You're missing
Yo,
out.
Fuck. I gotta
That's
complete it.
disrespect.
It's all good.
Okay, so for people that don't know, so how I met you was your coach. You coach a lot.
Yeah, of course.
Summer and AU and high school and stuff like that. And you coach Vancouver College and you teach there.
Yeah.
So I was coaching Handsworth, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I've told you this before.
Yeah, you did,
dude.
Yeah,
I did not like you. Something about you, I was like, fuck, like this fucking guy.
I'm so
again.
likable, man.
Because here's the thing, I knew you guys were fucking good too, so I was like, shit. And this guy, man, like just the way you like.
Was it the shirt and tie and cardigan, probably?
A little bit, maybe.
Shirt and tie and hands. His hands are like crossed at center court, and you're just like, oh man, this guy's a general.
And then the tournament where I was coaching my grade 9s, and you had your
you were coaching the grade 10s,
your grade 9s. It was the 3rd place game. I wake up, I see you on the other side. I'm like, fuck. And I remember at one point, I don't know if you remember this. I look at you, and you look at me, and we just lock eyes for like a good 6 seconds, and I'm just like, oh, what the fuck? Why is this guy staring at me? And then at the end, I was like, fuck, I'm gonna break the tension, man. I'm gonna be the bigger guy. So I was like, I'll give you one of these.
The bigger man.
You're just like, all right.
After a 6-second Persian stare off,
dude, I was like, oh man, this fucking guy. But
you don't want to lose to a guy in a cardigan, man. I don't think.
This guy was like full blown like cardigan.
Yo, but that's been like that since the me and Ralla days, man. We would go always shirt and tie.
So yeah, man, and then
take notes.
So how we all know each other is I joined the Metro League basketball team, men's league, from our boy Chris. I think Chris got me into that, or
the big cat, Chris Lewis,
the big
lefty. Yeah, because you guys played at Cap.
Yeah, exactly. So I pulled up and I was like, oh fuck, this guy's on the team.
And he came to the game in his cardigan.
Just off another dub, probably.
No, dude, I don't even think you said hi to me the first time at the Oval.
There's no way, man.
You just gave me one of like, you know.
I was feeling you out. Oh, you got to earn the trust, you know.
True. And then I met fucking Braeden Ralla, the man.
The second year, I don't think I was there.
We made the move to the round ball, legit league, and we decided to pick up Mo. But I remember like I had to get this guy back in a ball, right? Like you were out of the game.
Yeah, I didn't touch the basketball for a couple of years, man.
I made him come out of retirement.
Yeah, a long time.
I thought you were playing like just like men's league before that.
No, that season was the first time I played in about 4 or 5 years, probably.
Yo, because he went in marathon mode, and then and then purpose, right? And then I was like, you need some ball in your life.
Yeah,
you need some basketball.
Everybody does, man.
Dude, we dominated Metro League, hey?
Yeah.
Fucking 2nd division.
No one has to. Why are you bringing that up? Why are you bringing that up right now? It's one div.
I'm putting that photo for the cover for this
As
episode.
you should, man.
I literally am.
What
we
photo?
Dominated that shit, and then fuck me, dude. I was kind of nervous before the finals.
Oh, the game. No, but yo, this was pre-Brawls. Was Brawls was
No, I wasn't in that.
Yeah, Rawls was round ball.
In that.
I played in the winter. We were in the top league. We had a nice run in that though too.
Right.
No.
You guys were at the Oval. I wasn't at the Oval.
No, yeah, he was round ball.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you came in round ball. Okay. Shit.
We had a squad that season. Because we had you. We had a couple college hoopers on that team.
For men's league?
Yeah.
For Metro?
No, for round ball.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Bazooka came through one time.
Yo, bazooks,
Ralla got
man.
bazooks, man. It's a
So,
cheat
yo,
code right there.
We had some big pickups, man.
Huge. We almost beat that fucking team, Pigeon Park.
Yeah, the finals, man. The goats, the
Chris
round ball
Dorff, man,
goats.
getting busted. Fucking up burned. I still watch that video. I watched that video after, like, cause it's, on, it's on YouTube.
Best league in the lower mainland. Man.
Shout out round ball,
Yeah.
man. You guys better give us a fucking shout out, man. You guys.
No, easily though the best league.
Easily.
Live stats, updated stats
Yeah.
in game.
Literally.
That
Highlights
guy's legit.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would highly
Fucking
recommend.
Active on social media. Love
Yeah,
it.
it's amazing.
Okay, yo. So how did you guys meet? Like, where did your friendship start?
Am I gonna get the intro going?
Get real cute with it.
So yeah. So I went to like obviously we met at VC, but I came from my my elementary school in Richmond, Garden City. I know Brawls came from
Thompson Elementary.
and but he came in grade 7. I came in grade 8. Like knew no one, so I was stuck in Brawl's homeroom. It was like first week of class. So you know how they do the alphabetical, so it was like Ralla Shams, like alphabetical seating.
yeah,
I don't know if they had that at Handsworth, but
yeah, us Handsworth kids are weird.
at VC they go alphabetical first week. Like I'm nervous. Obviously did all my homework. Like didn't want to make myself look bad in class. And Brawls turns around. He's like, "Hey man, like I need a little help on the homework here. Like you finish it." And then we just started chatting, and we're like, Richmond boys.
Got the homework, and it was good for that class.
Raleigh used me for the homework, yeah.
And then we're both just Richmond cats who just loved football and basketball since grade 8. So that was
This is
a wrap.
college, right?
Yeah.
You guys went to
Yeah.
college, okay.
But we lived in Richmond. We take the 98B line down there.
Damn, all the way from Richmond.
Oh
Both
yeah,
of you?
man.
You went in
Buzzing.
Richmond?
Yeah, bro.
Still?
Born and raised in Richmond, still in Richmond, man.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Damn.
God
Why'd
bless.
you go to VC though? What the fuck?
I don't know. Just my parents wanted to change it up a bit, and ended up going there in grade 7. And honestly, I wanted to leave. I remember grade 9. I wanted to leave. Didn't really have the best year, and then that year we won provincials, and I was like, okay, at that moment, I'm like, okay, this is better. And like we from Richmond, man, take 2 buses into school, to and from school every day. Like after practice, it was like long ass days, but it all worked out. It was a great experience.
True.
Yeah.
So Shams, man. Okay, you coach a lot, and you're a fucking great coach.
I live for it.
I didn't know this. I thought it was 2, but you won 3 provincial championships. 1 as a soccer coach and 2 as a basketball coach.
Yeah.
Man, that is fucking dope because, okay, so one thing I will say is are you coaching right now?
Yeah, we got ball. I was telling you this a little bit earlier, but we're still trying to get ball going as much as we can at VC.
Yeah. Just no games though. It's just
practice. So no games, just practice, which sucks, but.
Do you see like a difference between the kids? Like, are they pissed?
Well, like for me, like I think this is huge. Like you see who really loves ball, and who's kind of just in it for the games and stuff like that, right? So if you got to really love ball to come every day. No skills. Like we're going handles. We're going, we're working on our moves on the chairs. Like we're going like drive, kick, swing. Like skill work. Like we can't even play one-on-one. Right. So you really like, for me, it's been eye opening, and like, I love my boys to death, but it's like, you see who really wants it, right? Like the guys that like, if you love ball, you're going to come to the gym every day and like love it no matter what. And you're going to want to grind and you're going to want to get better, but it's I think it's tough for some kids. Like some kids you balled with in high school, right? They're gamers, like they're there for the games. They're maybe like a football guy, but they enjoy playing ball. So I think it's tougher for those kids that don't, really love it, but it's kind of, you got to keep them motivated somehow, right? Like, so I coach the JV, so I'm just trying to, my goal is to help as many of these guys make the varsity team as possible.
But the thing is, man, like, I remember, like, I don't know about you guys, but when I was in high school, dude, like, everything was ball for me. So it was like, if I knew like a season was fucking toast, dude, I don't know what I would like. I don't even know where I would.
I don't know either, man. It's tough. Like coming from a player perspective, like you grind all the time. You want a chance to show off, like show out, and in the game, like when there's people watching and go try and win a championship and stuff. So I could see as a player and as a coach, it would be extremely difficult to stay focused and to have that drive. But it is a good point that you know, seeing people that really love the game and want to get better is you can really see that
Yeah.
now.
Well, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but like for me, it's like when we were younger, like Rawl and I, like I remember like Spence, like we had like a crew, like we would just be like gym rats. Like we'd go Thompson Community Center, open gym indoors, open gym outdoors, like Dolphin. Like we lived there in the summer. Like all we would do is ball. And I don't know like about you guys. Like you've coached at Handsworth, you've coached Drive. Like do you guys think that there's not as many gym rats anymore? I feel because there's so many other distractions and stuff,
one thing,
right?
yeah. I remember like every Friday, like for me, it's funny you say that because every Friday, Saturday night, there was like this community center called John Braithwaite where we all just fucking. Well, first it was okay, so it was from 6 to 8. It would be Delbrook Community Center, and then right after 7 to 10, we would just fucking
go to the next gym where you could play.
Go to the next gym, and it would be like cutthroat, dude. It would be like all the best hoopers in North Van would come out that Friday night, and if you were like a hooper, if you wanted to like
you know,
on the
court.
Prove yourself, it's like you go there. Like every time I would go into the gym, I was like, fuck, okay, like this isn't like just like an open, like just like a chill out. This is like you're like getting ready to like prove yourself for the season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna see these guys in the fucking season.
For
They're
sure.
all like in the North Van high schools, right?
Yeah.
So that's one thing, dude. None of these kids, like most kids, don't do that anymore.
It's not the same. Like
It's
I
not.
remember like literally Friday nights, go to B-Rawls, walk down to Thompson, like try to hold your own on the courts. And then that's a wrap.
Yeah,
And
try and stay on the court as long as you can, like, right? King of the court.
Literally.
Go for as long as you can, quick little run, lose one, try and get back in, call next, get there as soon as you can, and literally be there in summertime from like morning till night.
Yeah. Fuck, man, those were the days. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Man, those were the days. I just think it's like
sucks now.
there's so much like we didn't have an Xbox One. We didn't have like an iPhone with like
They never
all
had
this
no
stuff.
gaming system.
Yeah, we didn't have Snapchat. Like we were just it was just ball. It was just ball.
A lot of distractions, more distractions. No.
Yeah.
You guys had like PlayStation though. PlayStation 1.
Rolla had the
Yeah.
GameCube.
Like Sega. Persian
Yeah.
people. Persian people love the Sega,
No,
bro.
man. I
Was
know
that,
Rawls
like-
had the GameCube because I could never beat him, and I didn't have a GameCube, so that's why he won. But
GameCube was nasty. Low key, the most underrated fucking console of all time. Straight up. Super Mario Sunshine. Fuck me. Nintendo 64.
yeah,
Throwbacks.
Donkey Kong. That's my shit. That's my
yeah.
guy.
Just you're a gamer.
I was a gamer in high school.
Wow.
Like a huge gamer, but I was just like, I hate gaming now, dude. I hate it. It doesn't bring me any satisfaction
Yeah,
at this point.
I think it's a big thing now, like amongst the kids. Like I always kind of give my students a hard time about it because it's like these games are so engaging now, and I'm like, look, fellas, like I know, okay, I didn't grow up with with an Xbox One or like an iPhone, but you need to like learn how to. Like it just takes away from like so much more that they can do, right?
Yeah, I think when you're saying like engaging in it for a kid, they'd probably just get consumed by it. Next thing you know, it's like 1 a.m. and they haven't got shit done
exactly,
otherwise, and like.
Well,
It's
you know what's
unfortunate.
funny about that? Everything is so like online, like social media
Yeah.
oriented that like these kids can like fucking stream like themselves fucking playing the game. You know what I mean? Like Twitch and get like fucking viewers and shit. So that's a fucking aspect of it that's new. Like I didn't have that when I was in high school where you could just fucking go on like some online streaming thing and like, you know, so they gain like, which is cool, you know what I mean? Because they gain traction, they get viewers, they, you know, increase their brand, they, you know, so that's part of it. But
I'm glad we were in university when Instagram came out, and it was like not everybody like just kind of getting going near the end, and like I'm glad that we didn't have Snapchat, Instagram in high school and all that kind of stuff. Like I think it's a big distraction, allow you to get focused, and B, like, man, as a teenage boy, you'd post some stupid shit.
some fuck shit.
Like
I actually creeped you today. I went back into the fucking archives,
as you're doing the research or what?
dude, you have a photo-
Digging up the questions.
Dude, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go through all this shit. I haven't gone through all the way, and it's one of them was like the fucking Victoria's Secret girl, like be mine for Christmas or some shit.
Man, we'll have to check.
Is
It
this
might
the
have
right
been.
Insta?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's on Insta. Oh yeah.
Damn, I mean, I wasn't a teenager then, so hopefully it's
Yeah.
not
Hey,
too
shoot
bad.
your shot.
Damn, that's some.
No, I was
fucking-
I guess I think I was probably young 20s, like
Yo,
maybe 22,
yeah, like
23.
I remember when we were playing varsity football. I remember like grade 11, like some of the seniors are like, "Oh, like you guys don't have Facebook?" He's like, "Oh, Shams, like you don't have Facebook." I'm like, "Damn, like I better get a Facebook." And that was like grade 11 or 12, football season.
Fuck me, man. I was grade 7 when Facebook came out. I remember.
We're fossils compared to you, man.
It's crazy how like different shit's like changing, and like TikTok, for example.
I feel bad for these kids, man. Like, just because there's just the stuff that they have. It just gets you. It's engaging, man.
It's bad. It's really bad, especially TikTok. I've refused to. We tried it. Me and Dad, like, I've talked to him. Like, we use TikTok to like promote this. But I gotta get more used to it, man. Because at some point,
it's hot right now.
I haven't jumped in the TikTok. Never started with the TikTok.
Yeah, it's clutch. Oh yeah, it's so fucking clutch, dude. You coach too, right?
So yeah, I coached in high school. Like after high school, I came back. Like in the summers, I would come back and coach football. The JV football team that was dope with Mr. Chu, offensive coordinator for a pretty sick football team actually. And then I went away to school, went traveling, came back, and then this guy, my first year back in Van, and he's like, "Yo, man, come coach with me. We're gonna get the grade 9 team. Like, we'll apply to get the grade 9 team." And we ended up getting the grade 9 team, and it was just it was amazing, man. Like, just to come back, and I think we were 24 at the time.
Yeah, we were like 23, 24.
24.
This is my 7th year coaching, working at VC.
Fuck.
We were trying to plan all these trips. I went to school, University of Calgary, so I wanted to take them to Calgary. We were like trying to take them on these trips.
Fucking Calgary,
and the principals or the admin was just like, "No, you guys are too young. You're not taking a team on the road or anything." But it was amazing, man, just to like be around the kids and to get back into that competitive spirit. And like you're talking about earlier, how you said like you probably didn't like this guy at first, and you know, I feel like we were probably 23, 24. I guarantee no coaches liked us. Like, but we're really passionate about doing it, and we had a really good team of like, we had just such a great environment at practice with those guys.
Yeah, we were
and, like,
all in that year. Like, we were watching
game film in grade 9. Like, we would watch game film of these games and break it down. Yeah. And I think a parent would film, and after games, like in tournaments, we would watch in between games, and like,
it was, you know who was
teams.
filming? It was the Little Cruz Dumonts. Remember? I remember, way back, like Hunter and Cole, you're giving these guys candies to film our games. Yeah. At Handsworth.
Okay. Yeah.
You played ball with Hunter.
For round ball.
His brother Jack was on the team.
Pretty good investment, man. A couple $, maybe $5. Give him a little extra. Right?
Fuck, man.
Film the video.
Man.
Done.
No, but we were hungry that year because we had our grade 9-10 coach Michael Campbell was awesome, and like he did like a lot of team building stuff with us. So like we would go watch Argyle and Handsworth, like Tyler Kepke, like Sean Burke, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like he would be like, "Okay, like we're doing this as team bonding." So we were like all about, like we took them to a UBC game. We did like Coach Carter movie night and ordered pizza. Like we were so invested, man. And like we still have really good relationships with these kids to this day. Like, it's awesome. Like, it was like our first, like, it's the first team I coach. It's like your first child, I would imagine. But right, like, how close were, like, that might have been, like, we were going like above and beyond with these guys.
Yeah, no,
that really is above and beyond, though. Fucking, that's why you guys are good, though. Like, that's why VC's always fucking good. I hate it.
100%, man. There's no way any grade 9 coaches were that invested. Like,
absolutely not.
And like these guys, I remember just like, They just wanted to make provincials. We asked them at the beginning of the year, like, what are your goals? And they're like, make provincials. And we're like, what? Like, you think we came here to try and just qualify for provincials? Like, I don't even work at VC. Like, I'm just fully coming here to do this. So, like, we're not just trying to qualify for a tournament.
Like, boys, I don't even fucking work here. Like, what do you think I'm coming all this way for? We're winning this shit.
No, it was actually crazy. Like, we did goal setting, like, before one of the practices. We had them all write it down, and they're all like, make provincials. And then we always joke, like, they're probably like, who are these guys coming in here telling us we're gonna win the provincials? Like, they didn't even make it.
They didn't even make provincials the year before, that team, the grade 8. And we're like looking at these guys, like, we're gonna win with these guys somehow.
Yeah. Wait, did you guys end up winning or no?
Yeah, we came 4th, but
we lost in the
you guys
semis.
came 4th in provincials.
Yeah.
After not making provincials.
They didn't even make provincials the year before. And the grade 8 tournament's bigger, too.
You know what it was? I'll never forget. Like, one of the greatest compliments we had was so Jack, you might know Jack Cruz Dumont. He's like one of our boys now still. Like,
Stud at UBC.
Yeah, him and Cam, 2 guys actually went on to play CIS. And we told him that in grade 9. We're like, you guys are going to play CIS. But anyways, I'll never forget, like, Jack's dad, John Dumont, was like a sick ball player. Like, I remember watching him at Dolphin, like, back in the day as a kid. And Braeden and I would be, after every game, like, how can we improve? Like, what can we work on? Like, you got any tips? He's like, you guys are doing great. Like, just like, he just kind of just chilled. Like, he was great. But we were like begging him to come out to practice. And then I remember one day, like, we finally got him out to practice, like, before provincials. He gave them a good speech and stuff. But he said this to us. He's like, you guys made them believe that they could win. And that stuck with me ever since. And it's like, you literally just need to make, it's high school ball. Like, you need to make these kids believe that they can win, and you can go out there and beat anyone. It's just, you got to have that confidence. You remember that?
Of course.
When JD came out and he's like, said to me in Brawl, he's like, yo, like, you guys made them believe we could win. And like, since day one, we're winning the provincials. And I think that's huge for high school. Like, they just need to believe, man.
You would just straight up say that, like, you guys are winning. Like, there's no like if and like, it's not like, oh, like, we're gonna like try to improve every day. It's like, we're winning.
Yeah. It has to be a winning mentality. Like the thing with sports too, and these kids are like 13, 14, it's like you work hard to win a game, to work towards a goal, and like that stuff translates in life. Like, you know, you're gonna win, you're gonna lose things in life, and like, you know, like participation, like, awesome, you know, but like participation, you're not going to be moving on. You're not going to be getting that new job. You're not going to be getting a scholarship to do that. Right. And like, I think like that comment from John about just believing is just so important to having somebody believe in themselves, to work together, and then you carry that on through life, and you want to have that winning championship mindset.
That's hot. That's so
Man,
hot.
that's what I truly believe, man, is like the key to the high school sports is like, everyone's pretty close to the same ability somewhat. You got to make them believe, and then they got to buy into what the coach is saying too. But like, that's huge.
So in the buy-in thing, I think it works with that, like with how you conducted your grade 9 team or the team that you coached with Ralla. It's because you guys are young. You guys are like 23, 24-year-olds. You know what I mean?
Easier to have influence when you're younger.
The optics of like a 40-year-old or 50-year-old doing that, like, like having like film sessions and like a Coach Carter night, it's kind of like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that kind of make sense?
I totally agree. I think when you're younger, it's easier to have an influence because the younger kids kind of look at you more as a role model as opposed to a parent. But I mean, we're hopefully far from that old guy doing that. But I think if you get like at that point, if you have a proven track record of winning, then you should be able to do that and be like, you know, like I've won, like, he's the three provincial championships, you know, maybe by then he's won 12, right? And you're just like, you come in and you have that reputation, and these players know that, well, I'm playing for this guy here who's won 12, and we're all in, you know, like, we want to be part of this history. So
that's so true. Yeah.
I find that just building off that, like, for me, it's at every team, it's like a moment where it clicks or it doesn't. So I think with like, I've had it with like a lot of my teams, but I remember with that team that year, we had first tournament, one of the first tournaments in December, we played at the Saints tournament, and first game of the year we're against Argyle, who came second the year before in provincials. And these guys, Brawl and I are like, hey, like, we're getting this dub, and we ended up beating Argyle by 1 that day. And I think when that moment happened, these kids are like, okay, like, wow, like, we can do this. Like, we just beat the number 2 team from last year. Like, man, like, maybe these guys are right. Like, you need like a kind of like a aha moment where it's like, okay, it's going to work. Like, in some years in the past, for me, it's like a team that, like, you're like, okay, do this and we'll get wins. And then they do it and they get wins, and you're like, all right, I told you right? So it's like that Argyle game, and we first round, and I remember, I'll never forget that game, and these kids were probably like, they're like, okay, like, we got
they're
this.
kind of shocked, like, oh wait,
I've still talked about that with Jack and Cam.
This is true. Like, this is what like Coach was talking about. Like,
maybe I'll listen next time. Probably not, but we'll try.
You know.
No, but you know what? Like, more, I could talk about coaching forever, but like, I think another thing that's huge too is like, your best players need to be your hardest workers. And I think that, like, we that year didn't really need to fire the team up. Like, they had the motivation, like, amongst themselves, I found. Like, I don't know if you found the same thing.
Yeah, for sure. The environment was just like, it was a scrappy, like, dogfight every day at practice, and like, you just want to see them compete. And I think, like, from them everybody competing against each other, it just sharpens everybody. And then you go out as a team against another team, and you're like, you're just ready for war.
Yeah. And like our best players that year, Jack plays at UBC, Cam plays at Sask now.
A lot of good athletes that didn't go on to play basketball players, but like they were like track guys, football guys that were just put in good like roles to just scrap and do their thing, right?
Right. Yeah, man, it's really interesting. Like my first year of coaching was 3 years ago. It was grade 9 Handsworth team, and then I moved up with the guys to go to grade 10. And one thing I noticed was, of course, some of them, you know, are just playing to play for fun, right?
Yeah.
So in that sense, it's kind of hard to maybe motivate them to, like, because they're not going to go out on their own and maybe shoot and like work out on their own, because basketball is not their main sport. Like, we had guys that were playing football, baseball, fucking, you know, hockey, and that was their main sport. And basketball was just something like, you know, to stay active, and they were actually like decent at it, you know. So it's interesting because you won 2 provincials at the grade 9 level, which is a very like, it's a very like impressionable age.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Make a fucking big ass difference in their life. So one thing, I mean, as a mentor, obviously because you're a mentor to these guys, what's one thing that you would say that you try to preach every day?
Wow. See, damn. That's no, like that's.
I sent you the notes, bro.
I know you did. No, but
I sent you the fucking
for me, I think it's just the little things, man. Like, you know, be on time to practice. You know, if you're gonna be here, let's work our hardest, or else we're just wasting everybody else's time. You know, win with respect. You know, compete hard, but you know, leave it on the court, kind of when it's done. So it's for me, it's like just those little things that add up, right? Like just, you know, being on time, working hard, I think is the biggest thing. Like, and yeah, I don't know.
The principles.
Yeah, like there's just the principles. Man.
Yeah, like doing the small things.
Yeah,
and
the
the small
little
things
things.
just add up, really, right? And like paying attention to detail and.
Yeah.
Like everything you just said relates to everything else in life, not just
life,
basketball.
for
That's
sure.
the thing.
And yeah, I think for me, like that's why you get into it. Because if you look back, like our football coach, like Coach Burnett, or any basketball coaches we had, like they are the ones that really, like honestly, probably changed you into like a man, or whatever you want to call it, right? So by preaching those things, and then I don't know. For me, it's like that was one of the big reasons why I went into to coaching and teaching, is because it's cool to like have an impact. But it's, but yeah, it's the little things. I don't know. Like I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, it's definitely the little things. But the question was to
Mentor.
I feel like as a mentor
Yeah.
for these kids, you know, like because at some point, you know, you don't want to get away from being like the big brother figure into like a, you know, authority person where it's like you do this or do that, or you know what I mean? Because a lot of times there's a fine line between you know, being that bossy guy.
Yeah. I think I actually saw this something like recently, and like for me now, like running my business and my team, I still think of it as like I'm a coach, and I'm like coaching these kids that are my staff. I'm like, I refer to it as the team, and like when we're trying to build on a team, we're trying to add more. But something I saw recently was the difference between a good leader and a bad leader. A bad leader, you're just trying to pull your team along, whereas a good leader, a great leader, you're pushing, and so you're gonna be there with them in the trenches. You're gonna show them your hard work. You're gonna show them like kind of that work ethic, and you're gonna help them get there instead of just like pulling them along. Hey, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. You're gonna be there with them down at that bottom level, show them the work ethic, show them you're not afraid to do stuff like this, and then just really just pushing them as a team and just being like, yo, we're doing this together, and you know, trying to differentiate between that, if that makes sense, right?
That's hot.
These kids know, man, like, or if we're just talking about kids now, right? Like they know when you're honest, right? I think when you're honest and fair and like they know that you're in it for the right reasons, they can tell, and then they're gonna buy in too, right? Like he was saying, like pushing them, not pulling them. Like if they know that you're working just as hard as them, watching film, whatever, like that's gonna create that buy-in and trust, and then you can
pulling them. Would you be like that? Essentially means like you are wanting
you're dragging
them to do
them
well
along. You're like
for your own benefit, almost.
No,
like,
I wouldn't think of it like that but like more so like maybe you're not putting in the work and you're kind of blaming on them, and you're trying to, you know, like you guys should be doing this, you guys should be doing that, but you haven't showed them like the work that you put in. You haven't broken down the game film for them. You haven't shown them that for me at work, you know, like this is why this is going to work, or, you know, this is how I talk to customers when they're angry, and I show them that by example, was as opposed to them dealing with it. They're in the fire, and then you're kind of just, oh, why didn't you do it like this, or why didn't you do it like that? You know what I mean? So just like showing them by example more.
Right. Okay. I see what you mean. Yeah. Fuck, that's hot.
Ralla
love
spin
saying
some
that, man.
wisdom, man.
Tyler, the creator, always says that, so I just say it.
You just
That's
copied
your
it.
thing, eh?
Yeah, he's such a cool guy, so I just say it.
You're
So,
pretty cool too, man.
Shams, I'm gonna stay on you for a little bit because
I'm okay with that.
This
By
is
the
just,
way, everyone that doesn't know, Ryan Shams is half Persian.
They can tell.
it's a connection. I can
I didn't
feel
know
it
that,
here.
dude. I
That's
swear to
why
God,
we became bros, man.
I swear, as soon as I found out you were like,
You guys
somewhat
became best
Persian,
friends.
I was just like, that's my man.
Yeah,
Like already, there's a fucking like,
it's the
I love
connection.
this guy. You know what I mean? So, fucking right. Shams,
Hit me with the question.
what? So like, because you're a teacher and like you probably have some of like your players in your classrooms, right?
Mhm.
I assume so.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
at
Grade
time,
9. I teach grade 8 and 9.
Okay, there
Yeah.
you go. So, how do you differentiate like from teaching and coaching, and because you see those kids every day, whether
Yeah.
it be in practice or the classroom, what are the differences between the classroom and the basketball court, and like what are some parallels between, like what are some
Well, But
similarities?
for me, like I don't think there's really much of a difference, right? Like it's the same thing. Like the same thing for the biggest thing for me, like that I'm preaching in the classroom, like especially is like I teach grade 9, right? So it's not like those grades are going to put them in a university, but it's like it's the same things. It's the little things, right? Like for me, like when I start my class, it's like, okay, 9:30 class starts, doors closed at 9:30. I'm marking you late if you're past 9:30, right?
You're that fucking
I'm
guy.
that guy
He's
because
that dude,
Mr.
man.
Shams.
Because
But
you know-
he's instilling lessons, right?
like
True,
if,
true,
if
okay.
you roll up to an interview, you know, late, you're not going to get the job, right? Like we have a uniform at our school, like your uniform's tucked in, your tie's up, like you're looking sharp, like you're following the rules, you're respectful. Like when you're here, you're working your hardest, right? So like just like pursuing excellence, like in every little aspect that I do, that I'll preach on the court, is the same thing in the class. And athletes, same thing, right? You got to be fair to everyone, or else you're going to lose those, the kids as well. But honestly, like I think coaching and teaching go hand in hand, like especially grade 9. I'm all about the life skills. Like for example, like we're doing poetry right now in English.
Yeah.
And some kids come to class and like, oh, like I didn't print it. Can I go down to the library? And I'm like, fellas, like if you roll up to an interview and you sit down with the guy and you're like, oh, hold on a sec, can I go print my resume out and come back? Like you're not going to get that job. So it's like the little
Dude,
things, man.
That's one analogy I did not hear once in high school.
Yeah.
That's like perfect.
Yeah.
No one ever told me, like,
He's for the kids, man.
he's for the fucking people.
Trying to, and like, but you're saying earlier, like, oh, you're that teacher, but like the stuff that he's teaching is like, that's actual like life
No,
lessons
but that's
that,
like because it's applicable. You
shaping
know what I
you,
mean?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because teachers usually, you gotta do this because you have to do it. You're not allowed to go print your sheet off because you're in this class. Like, no, that's not a good reason.
Yeah.
What you just said, like that, it makes fucking sense. The kid would be like, oh yeah, that is fucking true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because it's the skills. Like even high school, man, it's the skills, dude. Like being on time is huge. Like being prepared is huge. Being respectful is huge. Like following the rules. You don't like your teacher, you might not like your boss one day, right? So it's like it's all those little things, and then you just gotta apply it to life, and then hope they buy in, and be hard on them no matter what. Like the same thing you would do on the basketball court. Like I don't let, if a kid does his homework, like or doesn't do his homework, I'm gonna let him know, like that's not okay. There's gonna be a repercussion, because by going easier on them, you're not setting them up for life, because life is tough, man. It's a dog eat dog out there. So you got to teach them early, right? So some kids might think I'm a little too strict, but I think when they look back, when they've graduated, they'd be like, okay, hopefully they're like, okay, Mr. Shams was setting us up. Like think about if we were in high school and we were 1 minute late and our teacher marked us late. Like you'd hate that guy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But then you look back, you're like, okay, like he's just trying to set us up to be the best we can in the future. You got to demand excellence everywhere, I think is the same thing as the classroom and the,
True.
right?
It's
And
hard for a kid that like in that moment to like understanding.
Of course, but you got to stick by it.
Yeah.
Or else then, like I tell them, you know, when they're mad at me or whatever, like if I didn't care, I'd let you be late.
That's
True.
yeah,
Right?
that's important.
It's huge, man.
So Ralla, man, I want to get into this. I know a little bit backstory behind Purpose and Purpose Smoothie Co. It's your business, it's your shop, it's your
It's my life, man.
yeah, it's your life, man. It's the fucking grind. You smoothies, bowls, poke bowls, all the above.
Yeah.
Dude, just so I know, like I said, I know a little bit about it, but like, what's like, how did it start? What's the meaning behind Purpose? Just get into it. Like, what pushed you to start it, and just anything and everything about it, man. Just fucking go all out.
Yeah, I mean, Purpose, like I said, it's my life. I love it, and the entrepreneurship roller coaster, the ups and the downs, I wouldn't change it for anything. The highs and the lows, and you know, very well. I guess start with Purpose, the name, where it came from. Purpose is named after my mom for the way that she lived life. In 2014, she was diagnosed with terminal breast cancer. So she was somebody who's very fit, very active, very full of life, and really lived her life with purpose. So that's why it is named Purpose, is to honor her and kind of continue her legacy and inspire people to prioritize both their health and happiness. And unfortunately, when my mom did get sick, you know, when you have somebody, and unfortunately everybody in life, you're going to have people that you lose that are going to become ill. And at that time, when that does come, maybe it has come for people listening, and unfortunately it's going to come for everybody, but at that time you really realize that your health and your happiness are the two most important things in life. If you're healthy, you know, you're physically able to do things, mentally able to do things, and if you could choose to be happy, you're just going to be in a better mood, and you know, you're going to have a better mindset towards things. And you know, one thing my mom really emphasized was choosing, and a lesson was just choosing happiness now. Like, we're in the middle of a pandemic, like life, you know, it's not fun. You can't go out and do things, you can't go see your buddies, you know, like there's many restrictions, but like there still are a lot of things that we have an opportunity to do. And like, you know, when you start looking at things as opportunities instead of obligations, your mindset changes, you learn to appreciate things more, and you can learn to be happy in the moment. As far as Purpose Smoothie Co., I had an egg, still have an egg and peanut allergy my whole life. So I was a little bubble child growing up, and breakfast just always sucked. And then I started making smoothies, and I thought it was just a opportunity for me to put all these things into one smoothie and one drink. And so I've always, from a young age, really enjoyed smoothies.
Yeah.
You know, you got to love what you do. And when my mom was going through her chemo, we were introduced to a naturopath, and the naturopath really opened my eyes to the power of like superfoods and real foods, and you know, the healing power of real foods. And so I started to make smoothies for her, and then randomly people are kind of asking me like, hey, I have this, can you make a smoothie for me? Hey, I have this. And I'm like sure, you know. And I always knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I think it's funny, I never imagined I'd be selling cold drinks in Canada, but we are out here, you know. And started out with just smoothies. I hope to have a big impact on people, a positive impact on people, inspiring and encouraging to prioritize their health and happiness. And Purpose Smoothie Co., yeah, back in Richmond, where we both grew up, and I felt like Richmond was lacking a place. It's in Steveston Village, is a really nice area. It's where Shams lives now. It's a nice little kind of fishing village in the corner of Richmond. Really good community. Actually was just voted the best community in the Lower Mainland last year. So it's a great spot. We got great regulars and customers around there. And yeah, so just started out with smoothies, and since then I've been adding a lot of food. We do poke bowls, vegan bowls, just healthy and energizing food that, you know, is going to taste good and that you feel mentally and physically better after. So
Dude, that's amazing, man.
yeah.
Just like the meaning behind it too, and just how much weight it holds, obviously, and purpose, because that's one thing that's you know, a lot of people lack in their lives purpose.
For sure.
You recently just started a podcast named Living with Purpose,
Yeah.
actually. So
Yeah.
that was, how long ago was that? Like a few weeks ago, a month ago?
Man, you know what's funny is I wanted to start. I actually filmed 3 interviews back in 2013.
Damn.
And then I went away, sorry, 2014. And then I went traveling to Europe for 4 months, came back and never did anything with them. I think I was scared, like, to put yourself out on the internet, and I didn't do anything with it. And then about a year and a half ago, I filmed 1 episode, and just technical difficulties. You know, we didn't have Daniel kicking around. I should have wish I had his number. I'd have given him a shout, and we'd be a year and a half into this thing. But episode was filmed, and we just couldn't figure out some things. Work got busy and ended up just throwing it on the back burner, and then finally started recording some episodes in November and December, just through the pandemic, a lot more people being home, and just decided to just start out with Zoom, get some content out there. So chopped up some episodes, and then we launched the first one, I think December 30th or December 31st. So just again, back to the focus of prioritizing health and happiness, and sharing people's stories. And it's I think we only have 4 episodes right now, but you know, as we're sitting here, I love just getting to know both you guys better. You know, he's one of my best friends since we were 13, but you don't always sit down and answer these heavy hitter questions and get deep into stuff, right? So it's been really fun so far.
Dude, that's dope. Yeah, you did say that, like, we're gonna get to know each other a bit more.
Yeah.
And I already feel like I already fucking know you guys more.
Yeah, and that's
like,
a beautiful thing with you, enjoyour24, you know, and I think it's quite similar to like what you're trying to do, and I know you're honoring your man Kobe Bryant, and just really trying to focus on health and happiness, really, right? If you could enjoy your 24, life's gonna be good. Find things that make you happy,
especially during this time. And like, this is like something for, like, this is for both of you. You guys can answer. It's like, what, so with purpose and happiness and, you know, just true fulfillment, a lot of people don't have that, and it's almost because they're looking at the wrong things. They're distracted by you know, like the wrong things, and things that don't matter aren't you know, they shouldn't be valuing. What do you think is wrong with, you know, just in general, and how people can, you know, really find their purpose? I mean, it's not like a one worded answer where it's like you gotta like do this every day to find your purpose. Like, how do you find it? What does purpose really mean? You know what I mean? That's a big fucking deep ass question right there. I'm so fucking sorry, but that wasn't on the notes. That wasn't on the notes. That was just like the head top right there.
Like I got.
You know what I mean? Like, what's wrong with, because dude, just my thing is, like, society is so based off social media that I feel like that is, like, if I were to answer this, I would say social media is fucking people up.
I 100% agree with you. So to me, purpose is what is authentic to you, what's true to you, what is, like, when you're operating from your heart, you're operating with purpose. If you love to do something, you are acting with purpose. And the problem, like you just said, with social media is so many younger people especially, and even people of all ages, are so concerned with other people think, and are scared of, like, oh, that person's doing that, like, oh, they like doing that now, or this is who they're hanging out with. Like, who the fuck cares? Like, do what makes you happy. And if you're operating from your heart and being authentic in what you want to do, like, you're going to find new levels of resilience to get through those tough days. You're going to find new levels of motivation to work as long as you need to get things done. Right? So when you're being authentic and operating from here on things that you love to do, and not thinking about anybody else's judgment, is when you're really moving with purpose, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I would agree with him. Like, I remember when I was trying to figure out, like, what I wanted to do with my life, like, I always kind of thought I wanted to be a teacher, but my dad was like, don't worry about the money, like, just do what you love, and then everything will kind of fall into place, right? So for me, like, I've always loved coaching, right? Which kind of, you know, tied hand in hand with teaching. And then like Ralla said, like, when you do what you love, it's just that passion comes out, and just roll with it, right? Like every day I go to work or whatever, go to the, you know, court or whatever it may be, like you love it, and then it just goes from there. And
it doesn't feel like a job.
Yeah, and then just like, yeah, and the social media thing, I could go on forever, but that's huge. I think that's killing a lot of people as well too. Like Ralla said, like just always comparing. Like I think we'd be better off without it.
Oh, 100%.
It's bad. It's good and bad though. You know what I mean?
For a business tool, it's amazing, and it's a good opportunity to network with like-minded individuals. For individuals, it's brutal. Like, I feel for. I mean, you're around kids a lot more than me now. I mean, I still have some staff, but they're not that young. I mean, they're teenagers. But like just to be at that age where it's like so pivotal, and you're trying to find yourself, and you're not fully confident in yourself, and then, you know, you're supposed to post something and get likes and comments, and it's just like it's scary, man.
Yeah,
I'm really glad we grew up
Yeah.
before the social media era.
You don't even know. Like, so when I go into work every morning, this kills me. It kills me. I walk up to my class. Well, I'm an early guy, so I'm usually one of the first guys there. But if you walk through the hallways or the cafeteria, it's I want to say, I'm not even kidding, 80 to 85% of the kids are down on their phones. And like we have like, you're really not supposed to use your phone at school anymore, but like they can't resist. Like they literally can't resist to like check Instagram or whatever it is, Snapchat, and like they're playing these games. Like it's taking over their life. And I think if you talk about like finding your purpose and passion, like how are you supposed to do that if you're face down in your phone, whatever, like 50 to 40% of the day? Like it's just, I don't know.
Especially at such a critical age where you're trying to find yourself, and then you're comparing yourself to other people.
Yeah.
So you're like totally fucking lost in where you want, like who you want to be as a. Damn. Like I find that's the thing though, man. I find myself fucking comparing myself to, you know, things that are, you know, other podcasts or other people doing stuff, but I try to stay mindful and say to myself, okay, well, you're falling into that trap where it's like you're comparing, right?
Yeah.
I'm old enough and like, you know, I'm experienced enough in like social media to know how it's like fucking me up in that moment. So I go off of it.
But the kids aren't.
The kids aren't, man.
Yeah, I think that's really important. Is like everybody does it. We're all guilty of like, you go down the rabbit hole, they call it, right? And like you look at things and you're easily comparing. Oh wow, that's amazing. You know, I wish I was there. And then you at least like we're mature enough that we're able to, okay, snap out of it. Like let's get back to reality, you know, and focus on what's important and the stuff that we have done and achieved and be able to be confident with who we are like that. But yeah, I really worry about like kids and teenagers who are like, it's such a young pivotal age where.
Well, like think about like someone told me once, like, or I can't remember where I heard it, but like when you look on Instagram or whatever, you're posting your best moments, right? Like no one's gonna post when they had a shitty day and this happened. Like you're always
highlight reel.
Yeah, it's a highlight reel. Like you're comparing people at their best, and it's all filtered and stuff like that now. But it's you're looking at that, right? Like that's where I think like stuff like what we're talking about now, and you know, there's a lot of influencers out there that are posting the stuff that's more like motivational. I know Ralla posted a lot too. Like that's the stuff they need to see. But it's like when they're posting themselves, or like even like these athletes or whatever, it's their best. Like it's not, reality isn't like that, right? You're not gonna have a perfect day every day, right?
100%.
Like,
Yeah.
that's huge.
Well, you know what the thing with that also, dude, I would say you posting motivational stuff, a lot of people would look at that. People that don't know you would look at that and be like, oh, okay, well, what he's saying is truthful, but he's just doing that to, you know, he knows that people are going to gravitate towards that because he's just speaking truth. But I know you as a person. I know that's coming from the heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's always going to be those people that are always going to be like, you know, judging or like fucking, you know, just have something to say, you know? Even if it's good, like positive vibes.
For sure. Well, it doesn't matter what you do. You're always going to have haters. And to me, I just don't care if they don't enjoy what I'm not posting. There's an unfollow button there. Hit it. Like, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm glad that you recognize everything I do post is from the heart. And I see something that I'm like, damn, I resonate with this. Everybody else should be, you know, anybody who's following me should also see this. And I hope that it resonates with them and is able to have that impact that when I read some, like most of those things. And I think it's important, like you said, people who don't like it, like I don't care, unfollow. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter.
But I think what's huge is like, for the way that I look at it, like when you're posting that, like, or whoever, one of you guys, right? Like, and if you reach like 5 people, that's a dub. Like that's a win,
sure.
right? Because
you help one person.
You reached 5 other people. Like if I'm teaching a lesson, I'm like, if this makes a difference in 3 kids today, boom, job done. Like it doesn't need to be millions of people. Like if you, like I've seen some stuff that Rawl has posted. And I'm like, man, like, let's go. Like that got me through my day, right? So if if he does that, like there's 365 days in a year, like he does that. He did that even for, let's say 2 days, right? That's wins, right? Because you've made my day better, 2 days, right? So it's true, man. Like it doesn't matter how many, man. It's just like it's just if you're hitting a couple people, it's worth it.
That
right?
is true, dude. Yeah. Because there are like, if I see a clip in the morning, that's the mantra for the whole day. It sits with me. It resonates with me. Fuck, that's it. And I always go back to that fucking post. You know what I mean? That's so fucking true.
Yeah.
One little post.
One post can, if you change one person's day.
Yeah, I think it's as simple as one.
It's a win, man. Like take that as a win. And I think that's what, like if I could give one message to someone trying to do that, I'd be like, man, like if it's, or he or she, whatever, like if you make one person's day, like
just
that's
to
a
get
win.
them through the day. You know what I mean? Not even
or
like,
make a difference or whatever, right?
Damn.
Yeah, because everybody has, like you said, back to the highlight reels, and like, not everybody's having a good day. We all have bad days, right? It doesn't matter, even if you love what you're doing, everybody is prone to having, to having that bad day. And yeah, if you could be some kind of help to them, you could help assist them, push them through that tough, the dark tunnel, see the light at the end of the tunnel, get out there and boom, we're rolling. Now we're stronger. We're more resilient from that tough day, and you just keep going.
Yeah, man.
It's resilient, man. I think just like now that we're on this topic, I think the biggest thing for people in life, like I know Rawls kind of touched on this before with like his purpose backstory. It's like resilience is the most important skill I think you need in life, because like he said, like it's gonna come. Like someone's gonna hit a moment where there's something bad happen, like a parent passes away or whatever, your girlfriend breaks up with you, whatever. It's like, how can you handle that situation? That can completely change your life. Like Rawls, when he lost his mom, like he could have been like, you know what, like woe is me, whatever, but it made him stronger. Like look at him now, right? So it's like when you talk about resilience, that for me, and like it's been like one of the themes we've been talking about tonight, like that's one of the most important things you need, right? Like how to battle adversity. Right? So if we're relating it back to those quotes or whatever, it's like how are you going to handle adversity, because it's going to come. Right? And that's really kind of a testament to how you kind of attack life and stuff like that, right?
Definitely.
Raleigh, do you think do you feel like you can like get through anything in life at
100%.
this point? 100%, right?
Yeah, and like I mean, for me, I was 26. Like I have friends that one of their parents wasn't around in life, or another one of my best friends, his dad he was in elementary school coaching his son's hockey team and had a heart attack on the ice and died. And like, so my sister said after my mom passed away, she's like, we're so lucky to have an amazing mother. For me, I was 26 at the time, for 26. And right away I was like, yeah, man, that's a fact right there. Like, so I'm very appreciative of course I would change anything. I would throw away everything I have to go back and, partied up with her and have fun and, just, hug her and have those moments. But I can't change that. Right. And it sucks to accept it, but, kind of what he was talking about. And it goes back to grade 9 basketball, being an athlete at a young age. Like everybody in life deals with losses. Right. And you have the option to just say, I'm a loser. I'm going to take it and accept it, and that's it. Or I'm going to learn from it and I'm going to grow. Right. And it's the resiliency and just finding a way to just keep going. Because the easy thing to do in those tough situations is to give up. It always is. Right. You have distractions, whatever they may be, that it's easy just to, you put a lot of work in, it didn't work out, you took a loss, you lost somebody you loved. The easy thing to do is just give up. But if you could just keep going, just keep battling through just somehow.
Keep going, man.
Yeah, from there. And yeah, that is, I truly do feel like I could get through anything in life. And Yeah,
I
100%.
believe that.
It's because
I
he's
believe
got that resilience, man, that you learn.
Resilience, man.
Sport, man. Power
I
of sport,
will
man.
another resilience, like, so my mom actually was she was a marathon runner, so she was a run leader for 10 years, and she ran 13 full marathons, over 26 half marathons. And I never liked running, and like I don't think any athlete really, you don't like, unless you're in track and long distance, you don't like doing.
Only runners like running, man. No one else.
But
Yeah.
like, so that was my mindset. So I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm an athlete, right? Like, I'm not a runner. Like, it's not the same thing. And then I was in the BC cancer ward when my mom, like, the doctor told her, and like, this is somebody who's passionate about running, a run leader, inspiring other people to do their thing, told her, you can no longer run anymore because your cancer is so bad. And like, my mom was the most positive person I've ever been around, and to see that life and energy taken from her was just devastating. And to watch like your mom be told like you can't do what you love to do anymore is crazy. And then at that point, a little while after, we started a fundraiser, and I ran for her because she couldn't run anymore.
Right.
And I remember after I finished my first marathon, I was like, F this sucks. Like, I'm never doing this again. It's just pure torture, like 42 kilometers. But it's the resiliency of, at that time, just teaching myself, like, I didn't train for it. We trained in less than 8 weeks and just like went and did it. But the whole time was like, this is for my mom. I'm going to find a way.
Yeah.
And like, I don't care what pain I'm in. I told my mom I'm going to run a marathon. I'm going to run the fucking marathon. Right. And like, getting through that was like, I hated it at the time because I was in pain. But then afterwards, I was like, whoa, man, that was pretty cool. And then since then, I've been running quite a bit. And the one thing, running again is another sport, but the one thing I really love with running is it's just simply like resilience. Like, yes, you're tired. Yes, you don't feel like getting up. It's raining most of the time in Vancouver, but you have a run to do, you go and do it.
Fuck yeah.
Right? And I think the running has just built so much resilience. It's amazing. I really,
Wow.
yeah,
So
I know
you're-
Shams has been crushing the runs lately too. He's been
Yo,
getting
you been
into
going
it.
on runs
And
too?
Yo,
now?
that was one of my COVID
Yeah,
hobbies, man. Because I remember, like, I don't know if Brawls might remember this. I don't know, but he was like doing the run at the marathon, and I used to be pretty decent at like running
He was a long distance
in high
guy
school.
back
And
in
then
the day.
Rawl was like,
A
Rawl was like,
soccer player, man. He was a distance
Yeah,
guy.
sure.
so he's like, yeah, like he was doing the team Devi and stuff like that, right, for his mom, he's like, oh, run the half. I'm like, yeah, like I'll do it. And I went for one run, and I was like 4 or 5K, and I was like, there's 0% chance I can do this. But then like 5 years later, I picked up running during COVID, like COVID hobby, right? Like, I'm sure we'll get into that a little bit later, but running was one of them. And I love exactly what Brawl said. Like, there's so many times where I'm running, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do a 15K, but then at 10, it's like you want to stop, but like, you just got to power through it. Like, it makes you so mentally tough, man. I swear. Like, running is legit. I love it now, and I used to hate it.
Honestly, I thought runners were straight dorks, man. Like, I was like, I don't want to run with anybody. This is not a social thing for me. Like, I don't want to hang out with these people. But like, and then I would just like run myself, and like you said, it just builds so much mental toughness. I think of like David Goggins. Like, do you ever watch any David Goggins? And like, guy's a savage, man. He has a book called
Savage or some shit.
Yeah, like it's called You Can't Hurt Me. Yeah. And it's just like, man, the guy's just like running outrageous like ultra marathons. He's absolutely racked, and he's just like preaching knowledge to you about like just like get it done, and it's all up here, and like you can do anything you want. And like when you're actually able to like run and do those things, it's just like it builds so much resilience and mental toughness.
It's huge.
Crazy you say that, because now it is true. Running is fucking resiliency, dog.
Yeah. And
it's fucking okay for me. It's boring. It just gets boring after a while.
Good playlist, man. You need a good playlist.
Podcast.
Dude, my playlist.
Maybe you can listen to enjoyour24.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe you could hit that enjoyour24. Right?
Fun fact: I haven't even listened. I don't listen to my previous episodes, man. I can't listen to myself.
Really?
I got to get over that.
You're gonna have
a lot
to
of people.
I have to get over that, huh?
Yeah. It's like game tape, exactly, man.
I remember I told you about that.
It's like game tape. You have exactly like you have to review.
It's if you start running though, it's gonna suck. The first month 2 weeks suck, and then it's just like the greatest thing. It's stress relieving too, man. Honestly, like it's just like you're just you can just think
the runner's high. Whatever people say.
And the endorphins are going.
Yeah,
after,
my
like,
mom used to always talk about. So the two reasons was one, Vancouver's one of the most beautiful cities in the world, and we're always driving and always in a hurry. So to be able to slow down and appreciate and see, like, there's one route, UBC, it goes like through the endowment lands, through the forest, down to Spanish Banks, and it's like, it's so epic, and you really just like immerse yourself in one of the most beautiful cities in the world. And then the other was like the runner's high that she used to always talk about, and I never really knew what she was talking about. But then you run, and like it actually, like, scientifically, like, you release endorphins and like happy feel good chemicals in your body, like dopamine, that you're actually happier after. It's crazy. It's a crazy feeling, man.
Yeah.
Fuck,
I
man.
do long
We'll
run
go for a
Saturdays.
run right
Yeah,
now.
I literally do, man. I need to.
I do long run Saturdays with a couple of my boys, and like we meet up at like someone's house and do like a 10 or 15, and it's just like you start the weekend like that, like you're just feeling
You
nice.
just fucking go for it.
It's
like,
so,
hey,
man,
boys, let's
get in the
fucking-
game.
let's
I
rally
couldn't
up.
recommend it more, but like I said, like when I first tried it, like I failed. I wasn't resilient back then,
Right.
or at that time. And I was like, you know what, I can't do this. But then like COVID, thankfully, I was like, I had no other option. I'm like, I want to exercise. Ball's gone. We talked about that
Ball's
before. Like we don't
toast,
have ball right now. And I was running, and I was like 5, built it up, got to a 10. I ran 2 half marathons this summer, man. Finally got it done.
Man.
Man.
I straight up was listening to one of Rawls's podcasts that he did with, I think, our buddy Aaron, who owns Organica. And Ralla was talking about, like, I can't remember what you were saying, like how there's like literally there's no excuse like to kind of not stop. I remember I texted him after. You might be able to refresh. Like there was something in that podcast that just resonated with me, and I just like crushed my run that day because it was like there's no excuse. Like there's like you have no reason to stop running. Just like keep going. And I
Like,
remember
the chances of you dying are probably not gonna happen. Like
No.
you're not gonna just
Yeah.
like collapse unless you
Exactly.
like fucking go gung ho. But like
yeah.
Like, is that what you mean? Like,
But even gung ho is like, that's a limit on like what you're thinking. Like you could go gung ho and a little bit more, and you're not gonna.
There's
die,
pretty much
man.
just no excuse. Like there's
there's literally no
excuse
excuse unless
Yeah.
a fucking bear just hip checks you out of
which
like a fucking bush.
which should be the same in life.
Yeah.
Like there's no excuse
It's-
not to.
I
try.
think it was talking about the just putting one foot in front of the other,
Yeah.
and you're just like as simple as, especially COVID for me business wise right now. Like it's been difficult. And for every business out there has been very difficult for a lot of these small businesses. But at the end of the day, like the easy decision is to just quit, pack it in, and just be like, hey, we can't do this, or you just go back to running, and you're just, I'm going to continue to put one foot in front of the other. They might be smaller, they might be slower right now, but I'm going to keep fucking going.
Oh,
and you're going to
wow.
find a way.
That's a good fucking.
And like it's really just a metaphor for life
was
that
good,
at
huh?
the end of the day you're tired, you're sore, you want to give up, but you just keep going and you battle through that, and then you have that runner's high after that. You're just like, oh wow.
Alright,
And
boys,
you
let's
also
go for
like,
a
Yeah,
fucking run.
we
Got
made
my
Mo a
Nikes
runner
on. Let's
now.
fucking go.
yeah, let's go for a run.
Fuck, man.
Start with a 5,
I
maybe
need to
even a
get
3.
back- I was never into it, but I need to get into it.
Well, like Ralla said, he was never a runner back in the day.
Yeah.
But man,
So fucking good for you, dude. You get
Yeah.
shredded.
that's why I'm taking COVID as a win. I know it sucks, but like I would have started running without COVID. Or sorry, yeah, without COVID.
For sure.
There's so many other things
Hey,
that you had to start because of COVID, right?
And when this all ends, like nobody needs to tell people what they've been doing. You could just physically see.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
Right?
hard. That's
Like
hard.
those are facts though, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
okay.
you don't need to tell anybody what you've been up to for the past year and a half. They'll be
You
able
can
to see it.
You
They'll
can
be able to
see it.
see, and they'll be able to tell you what
Whoa,
you've been
yeah,
doing.
shit.
I posted my half marathon on the gram though.
I saw that. Was it through Strava? Like,
Yeah.
You should though. That's a big.
I was
big
trying to flex,
accomplishment.
but like
That's
I just
fun.
went against everything that we were just saying. But yeah,
You gotta like we're idealists, but
you gotta let them know.
you gotta let them know.
Yeah.
You gotta let them know who's big dog at times. You know.
Like to be honest, though, like Strava's like I would consider it like almost like Facebook for running, and it just like posts all your runs. Like that almost like a little bit motivates me too, just because like
Yeah,
Dude,
you-
I didn't
you're
know
letting
Strava
people
was
know.
like such a big community. Like,
Yeah, dude.
it's like it's a social platform.
Yeah.
It
it's
actually
great.
is.
Yeah, it's so great.
I didn't know that.
There's
My buddy
actually
showed
just
it
a
to me.
podcast on it from Guy Raz, and it's called How I Built This. It's an amazing podcast. And he just interviewed the founder of Strava. It's pretty crazy.
Dude, fuck.
I
Yeah,
consider it like the
Strava's-
Facebook of
it's
running,
big time.
almost,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Like it's like you can like people's runs and like see where everyone's run.
Nike made a Nike running app, and more people use Strava. Like if you're beating Nike in
Yeah.
a sport, like come on.
That's a win.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because my boy showed it to me, and there's like some girl fucking posted her bike ride, and it was like fucking like she literally had like 400 likes.
Wow.
Or, no, not 400. It was like 300.
Uh-oh.
But I was like, God damn, like that's
Yeah, you can do like biking, hiking. It's great, man. It's great.
Hiking, walking, anything.
Yeah,
like, literally
walking, yeah,
moving, like,
yeah.
Any
you're just
movement
moving.
tracks your movement and distance.
Yeah.
Time
Yeah.
and distance.
So
Yeah,
you just-
I gotta
yeah.
get in on that. Do you have it? Right, you're on it too. Okay.
And you know what's the beauty about running?
Your marathon's on it?
Oh, let's
Oh,
go.
let's go.
Let's go. No, but the beauty I think I like about like running, and same with like golf as well. Like we're competitors. You can compete against yourself, right? So like for me, I'm trying to get my pace like a little bit better, or my next half marathon, I'm gonna get a little bit better. Like you're only competing against yourself, and so you can compete still, which we kind of lack now with like no ball or no whatever. But and then compete that way. Like try to beat your runs. Try to beat your run from last weekend.
Yeah, like you said, the most important thing is just competing against yourself. And like you're trying to be better than you were last week on that Saturday long run.
Mm-hmm.
Can your pace be better than it was the week before? Can you go longer than you did the week before?
Right. And there's a feeling of gratification when you do,
Hell yeah.
do that. So it's like you keep going. You keep
Proving to
pushing.
yourself, not even to other people, but beating yourself in that and being better yourself is the most important gratification, I think.
Because with running, it's like literally you versus you. There's
Yeah,
no,
Yeah.
like-
that's man. It's such an underrated sport now that we talk about it now. It's so
fucking-
much benefit, man.
Yeah,
like
I'm just starting to think
like
about
you,
that too.
mental toughness factor is just, man. I can't recommend it enough.
It's the most mentally tough sport, I would say.
It's
now
up there.
that because now that we've talked
Yeah.
about it, I kind of like
You're
feel
buying
that it's
in.
the worst. Meditative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's there's so much good. You're going through like you need to make a big decision. Go run 10K and it's just you and your thoughts. Just think about it. Or
Fuck me, I'm
whatever.
gonna start doing that. God damn.
Send us your Stravas.
Not even. Not
Send
even.
us your Stravas.
I'm like, yo,
Add us
send me
on
your fucking
Strava. Add us on Strava.
We got a little visitor.
Yeah, but yeah, no, just the Strava, man.
We
You
cut
got
this part out,
you
don't
got to
worry,
get
I'm
into
sick
it.
of this.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we'll just get right into the cars.
Yeah.
Well, I was
we're
trying to say the COVID hobby, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into that. Yeah.
Because you
don't
go the
worry.
running, then you go the
Yeah.
COVID hobby.
We gotta pack up.
Let's just
Yeah,
keep
13 minutes,
going.
okay.
This guy's a beauty.
So yo,
Toss him a beer.
Okay, speaking of COVID hobbies, this is crazy. Okay, I'll tell you my story.
Okay,
I'll tell
and
you-
then
Talk to
you
us.
gotta let us.
Talk to us
You
more.
gotta let us tell our story too
Okay,
after. Okay.
so literally one morning I wake up at like fucking 8 a.m. and my buddy from Montreal sends me a TikTok of some guy. He's like, I thought it was like some bullshit fucking ad. Like this guy's trying to like sell something. He's like, hey guys, like you want to know how to make 10 grand in 1 month? He's just like, and then he goes like he like talks about how you go to Costco and buy these like fucking Pokeballs and then like get like 10 Charizards.
I've
and
seen
then
that guy.
sell
yeah,
that. You know what I'm talking about,
I know
right?
exactly. Yeah,
And,
okay, yeah.
dude, I literally remember looking at it. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm doing this. And dude, from that point on, I
When
have
was
been.
this?
This was around Christmas.
Oh wow.
This was around.
Wait, this year?
This year.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, so
I
you
just
got-
got into this. Like,
you got in the
couple
game
months.
late.
You remember when I told you about it? Okay, yeah. And, dude, I've been going hella research, like hard, just researching the shit out of it, like different brands, you know, just
Yeah.
like the players, the movements, and all that shit. And man, it's fun. I haven't made anything. I haven't like sold anything yet. But
Damn, I thought you were going like.
No,
off
I
with
haven't-
that
I
one.
haven't.
I
You'll
thought,
get
like,
there.
You just went to Costco and just cleaned up.
no, dude, but dude, everything was sold out.
You
Everything.
can't get retail now.
Everything's online.
Can't get retail.
But
But like, it's funny because you messaged me yesterday on our group chat.
Yeah.
You're like, yo, let's talk about cards. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Is this guy like creeping my fucking Twitter? Because I'm like retweeting a bunch
He
of
was he's ahead of the game. Well, actually, we both were long.
yeah, so
Long
So that's the
Okay.
thing. And I was like, yo, it's funny you say that because I'm like hella into this shit
Yeah.
right now. Like NBA trade, sports, card trading, investment, and all that shit. So what's your guys' story on
okay,
that?
Let's
so
run back to
funny enough.
03?
Yeah, so we'll start it back at 03. So
2003.
yeah,
2003.
2003.
Yeah,
So
bro.
so me and Brawls were like, and our buddy Spence as well got into this too. So we were, we loved ball, and so we'd go hoop it up a little bit at Dolphin Park, and then there used to be Collector's Den like right by Danny's Market there, and like just for the love of the hobby, like
Wild card.
wild cards. So we were Like we just loved ball so much. We were like ripping these cards, and it was 2003, one of the greatest rookie classes.
Who's 03 draft class?
I just realized.
Yo,
Shoot,
let's go.
man.
Wow.
Okay, so we'll get going here. So anyway, so we're 03. We're buying packs. Like,
Grinding though, bro.
yo,
Like we weren't even eating some days.
yeah.
Like just
like
couple
parents
of
was
the-
like
they were
$5 for lunch.
They were $3. I think the packs were $3.
$2.99 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, $3, same thing. But yo, so we're ripping like these packs, whatever. Like we went hard. So we were collecting that. We were collecting that class pretty hard. So we'd go to like we'd save up all our money, get cards back then, just for the love of the sport. And then my other buddy Fidge told me about this in like just before, or no, like maybe March or like just before March, whatever, April. He tells me that this that cards are hot. So I start like researching a little bit back then, like looking into the game a little bit, and I call Rawls because we used to collect cards together. I'm like, Ralla, man, I'm like, sports cards are so hot right now. Let's dig up our old Pokemon cards. I'm like, I'm going to my parents now. I'm like, you're going home tonight and you're digging through your closet at your parents and you're going to see what we got. So Ralla, I couldn't find mine. My mom's like, I probably threw them out. Like they're worthless, whatever. And
Same
then
with my mom, man.
Yeah.
Fuck's sakes.
Yeah. So Ralla hits me up with the FaceTime. I'm like, oh shit, like this is legit. And in front of my face is just a LeBron James tops.
I remember
2003
Wow.
before I went to get that though, when he said it, I was like, okay, wait, let me think of the year. And I was like, I remember in 2003 being like, I'm trying to collect every player in this draft class. And it happens. We got lucky in the sense that we were only 13. We were hustling at 13 though. But like,
We were straight hustling.
don't sleep on that fact that we were grinding at 13.
Yeah.
We were playing ball all day at Dolphin and Thompson, and then we'd go right Downey's Market's a legendary spot in Richmond. Everybody who plays ball knows Downey's and they know Dolphin. And Wildcard Collectible used to be there. 2003, 2004. 2003 was a huge hit. 2004 was a bust. It was Emeka
Okafor, number one.
Dwight Howard.
Oh, what a shit class.
Yeah, but
04, yeah.
But we weren't worried about that because
03 was a
03 was
banger.
stacking, man. 03 is stacked.
Yo, so Rawls
Holy
finds that.
shit.
I'm like, yo, I need to find my cards now. And then I finally find mine. LeBron as well. Let's go. We both got LeBron rookies, man.
Is that the one where he's holding the
Yeah.
drip?
Yo, PSA 9s right now going for like $3.5K. But Rawls got your boy too.
Pardon?
You got his boy.
You got Kobe?
Rawls got a Kobe. It's at
Rookie?
PSA right
Tops?
It's at PSA right now.
It's a PSA.
now. Yeah,
I
yo.
submitted it recently. It's like it's a really clean card. I'll just put it that
It's
way.
base though, right? Even bases go.
Well, it's
for
not the
it's
top
fucking
base,
chrome.
but I'm expecting a high grade on it.
high grade. Hey.
Like they're all in mint, like they were in double sleeves, like the penny sleeves, and then
Right.
the card after.
Do you
But
know?
some good vintage was in there too.
Do you know how the grading? Do you know like how the grading process works? Like,
So
I've been teaching Rawls about this
because you don't know it, Rolla?
No,
So
he-
I
so-
gotta admit,
yeah.
Shams in August was like, dude, get in the card game. Remember, I was driving to Kelowna. I hit a Gary Vee podcast, and
Remember that? Yeah.
I unfortunately did not jump in at that time, and that definitely
He didn't. Did you not
cost quite a
believe?
bit.
No, you're busy. You're busy.
I just work wise, a lot of work things. We were down, short staff. I look back, and even as much as I regret, I wouldn't have been able to put the time in I am right now. But
This
oh,
guy's
man.
hustling now.
this guy in January, we started buying some football and basketball, and since then I got a pretty rowdy spreadsheet going with.
Holy shit! Yeah, I saw the
with,
spreadsheet. That shit was fucking.
Yeah.
Yo, but this guy's
mathematical.
he's got the Kobe and the LeBron. Like I
Dude.
just.
But
got
I'm
the
not
Kobe.
selling any of those.
No.
Like I'm holding those
Yeah,
for
you're
sure.
holding that shit.
Those are legendary.
So with what I've learned, just like researching my shit, is like guys like the fucking legend, like LeBron,
Mm-hmm.
Kobe, even like Steph Curry, KD. Those guys are like, if you get their cards or the rookie cards or like base, even like, you know, obviously like the silver and the fucking
some color.
some color, you know,
yeah.
the fucking greenway. I don't know the fucking names, like the
Yeah.
color, you know, but those ones are like long-term investments. Like you don't want to fucking like sell those right away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like those aren't flippable.
Well, yeah,
Like,
so-
right away. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Well, vintage was when we first found our cards. Like, I remember looking up like a Steve Nash rookie. It was like worth not that much, or like whatever. Like even the Shaq. Like I had a Shaq. It like wasn't worth that much. but vintage has been popping off lately. So I copped an Allen Iverson PSA 9 rookie for $90 in the summer when I told my boy Ralla to get in the game, and it's going for $400 now. Like vintage is popping now, dude.
So, but what? Okay, so on that, why would Allen Iverson's vintage pop that?
Because there's
much
pop
higher?
reports, there's population reports. So how many
Yeah, I know.
PSA 9s and PSA 10s are there? So I think the reason the vintage is really popping, is that value can't drop because that guy's retired. He's out of the
He's
game.
a
He
legend.
can't hurt his stock.
Right.
And the people who are buying now are in their 30s and 40s and 50s that are like, they got money to spend. Who was my favorite player in the 2000s? And they just go buy them.
Right.
That's
And
what
so
I was going to say.
and the more that those people are, the older money is coming into this new buzzing card game. There's only a limited number of those vintage, and they stop production on those. So the guys are going to want their guys.
Right, dude.
Ralla's in on the vintage, man, right now. Who are your guys, Rawl?
Well, who are your guys?
Who are your
I
guys?
got some guys
Who you been
already,
picking
man.
up
Give us a
lately?
list. Yeah, give us a list.
The viewers want to know.
Right when he said vintage right away, the first thing I said was,
Bangers.
"Oh man,
Speaking
I
of
didn't
some
know.
bangers.
I didn't know we were bringing
Let's
the
bring it
cards
out.
out."
Are
Let's
we-
bring it out.
Yeah. So what are you?
Well, just the first vintage guy I thought of that was undervalued was Shaq, man. Like Shaq was my first basketball jersey. Just a dominant big man, you know. So just went and copped a couple.
Go for a whiff. Let's go for a whiff.
All right, buddy.
And so the cool thing about Shaq is he's also really active on
That's
social media. You know what I mean?
He's still big.
You want me to pass them like one by one? Is that look? So
Dude,
Shams,
just do
Shaq's
whatever
in
you
there?
want
you
with
can
them.
look through all of
Fucking
them,
caress them,
Man,
kiss them. I don't
they're
know,
all
whatever
different
you want
ways,
to do with
man.
them,
Why aren't
buddy.
they the
But
same way?
Those bad boys are going for great.
Yeah, yo, like we
Oh, they're going for grading.
Yeah.
we made a
Oh,
purchase
shit.
today, man. We both copped a Shaq today. Ralla has a couple Shaqs, but I picked up a Shaq today.
Fuck, dude, I need to be a part of this.
Yo, we
I
need to be
Young,
we need to get you in.
Ja Morant,
Like this guy is your
RJ.
vintage guy right now. But
I copped the Zach. Have you seen the Zach?
Yeah.
Levine? Yeah, I copped that on eBay, and then the Sabonis. I think he's gonna be fucking popping.
I'm not a Sabonis yet, bro.
Oh, you're not a Sabonis?
He's way
Like,
ahead.
Mosaic?
No way. Is this like, I don't know Pokemon, but like,
I ripped that hollow, baby.
what is
This
that?
is
Is that a Zard?
Charizard.
Damn.
aren't these going for like ridiculous?
They have some coin to them, yeah.
Like, what are we talking?
So,
But that's a more
PSA
modern.
9,
Is that a more modern Charizard? Is that?
that's the modern one,
2016?
so that's
Yeah.
the XY evolution. So
Yeah.
that's
So that's not like
2016.
what you're thinking. 2019.
So that's not a first edition. First editions, dude, go for like 50, like absurd amount.
yeah.
But this is like a PSA 9. I would say is like a fucking like $1,200.
Yeah.
PSA 10 would go for like $2.5, $3 grand.
Copped this one recently too, man.
Yeah.
His game is like RJ
Oh, you know I got
Barrett
the RJ too.
is like, I think he's a guy who have a lasting impact in the league
be
for a
good,
while.
man.
He's like, his
New York.
skills set are insane.
Yeah.
He doesn't rely on athleticism. Like he's a really talented
Dude,
guy.
it's a cool hobby because it's literally like the stock market.
Yeah.
Yes,
100%.
I've said that for sports.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're betting on a player.
You're betting on a player. Like, it's crazy because like if RJ goes for
Hey, you trying to sell this? Shams is trying to buy this
50,
today,
Jason
man.
Tatum.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I was looking for those today. The
I bought
Tatum
that online
optics.
too. I
When'd you buy that?
eBay, dude. It's all on eBay.
Oh,
You guys know.
yo,
no.
we got to get you in the Facebook groups, man.
I'm in a few Facebook groups, but
Some bangers, bro.
Yo, give
some
me this.
bangers, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yo, Ralla's a
Actually,
big.
you think
Ralla's
so?
Oh, yeah.
Ralla's a big. Yo, Ralla was in on Tatum and
I
RJ.
copped a couple Tatums.
Yo, Levine, Prism, bro.
It's base though, man.
I see you. No,
Silvers
all good,
and,
man. No, but this is like, dude, there wasn't much pop of Zach Levine's. Like, this Prism isn't overprinted. It's a good brace to have.
So, boys, okay, I'm gonna ask you, what would you guys prefer? Would you cop a PSA 10 or okay, let me reword this. Would
Oh,
you
it's a bonus rookie. Okay.
cop a PSA 9
Of what?
of a Luka Doncic? Let's say.
I personally, according to my spreadsheets,
Yeah,
I'm. I think a guy like Luca is like, he's gonna be an all timer. Like
I think so, too.
he's legendary.
I think so too.
My personal plan, because I just got back into the game, I started buying in January, is I'm trying to build a collection of a lot of 9s and flip them into 10s.
Just to regrade them, hey.
No, like I'm buying like they already graded PSA 9s.
Right. So what do you mean flip? Oh.
So I'm gonna hold them for a little bit, flip them, and like going back to the stocks is like, okay, who are you gonna bet on that's gonna have a nice postseason run, right? Like if you picked a guy like Jamal Murray or Donovan Mitchell last year, that would have quadrupled, maybe 5 times in value, and you can sell it, right? So going into the NBA playoffs, I'm trying to build my NBA collection of guys I think that could pop off. And then you got to pick a time to sell them, then get your money, go into the off season with that liquid cash and buy when prices are down and basketball buzz is cooled down.
Yeah. So that's the thing. When John Moran just got recently hurt with his ankle,
Good time to buy.
His shit went down. But not that far down, because people know he's going to come back and, do his thing. But it's cool, man. It's like, it's such a dope fucking hobby that you can like, it's because it's like fun. There's so many things that goes into it and shit like that. And
it's just the best, man.
It's reinvigorated my love for basketball, man. It's crazy.
Because you watch the games now.
I haven't.
You got a Tatum. You're watching a Tatum.
I haven't watched basketball over the past couple of years, and other than watch some playoff series here and there, and like watch like the finals, of course. But like, I don't really follow during the season. Kind of keep tabs here and there. But now I'm like, okay, let me look into this a little bit. Let me pick my guys who I think are gonna go off, and I'm gonna bet on them to double down. Right?
It's crazy, man. Like if RJ fucking goes off for 50 tonight, he's fucking tomorrow morning you wake up, his fucking thing is just like skyrocketed, his fucking value. And then if he fucking goes for 2 points the next night, it's like, oh, it goes down.
Yeah. That's why the vintage play is nice, I think, because they're like, we're trying to think of guys that are going to be like top 100 all time or whatever. Like I think you just grabbed a KD, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's like an
investment. KD is like someone who like this
top
year
he'll
finish top. He probably already is top 10 player of all time. I'm not a KD fan, but like
I disagree, but
he's arguably he's in the conversation as the best scorer
of all time. Yes.
Right? Like that's like no question.
Absolutely. 100%.
So and like he has 2 rings right now. If he I don't think Brooklyn is gonna win, but like say Brooklyn did, like now all of a sudden he has 3 rings, like holy, right?
Maybe another MVP he could.
Yeah.
Right. And like if that team does win, then he would probably be the MVP out of those 3, right? So yeah, a guy like KD is like he's gonna be an all timer.
Okay, so one more thing before we wrap it up. On this card thing, what angle would you, what kind of advice would you give to someone that's like starting up into like the hobby and getting into it? Like, what would you rather invest in a guy that's an all-timer or, if you're wanting to like flip quickly, like overnight over a week or make some, money here and there?
Yeah.
What angle do you go from this? You know what I mean? Because I'm still learning, man.
Yeah.
I'm fucking watching. I'm listening to podcasts. I'm gonna send you the podcast of these fucking 3 buddies just going off.
Yo, that podcast's legit. I think like I made a lot of rookie mistakes because me and my buddy Cody got into this like pretty early, and we were buying. Okay, first of all, don't buy like you got to know which is the best, right? Like we were buying
which brand?
Which brand? Like we were buying like Donruss packs and like trying to rip these Donruss packs and like. We weren't getting anything. So like I would stay away from, honestly, like if I were get back into it again, I wouldn't buy wax. Like I wouldn't try to rip packs. I'd just try to buy my guys, save the money. I'd go a little bit. I'd go mostly vintage. I'd say 60% vintage. Just cause they're established. Like they're not like a Shaq's not going to be worthless, an Iverson, or whoever, a Nash isn't going to be worthless. And then I'd go with a couple guys that I believe in, right? So I know Ralla went like Tatum and RJ, right? So and I'd go into those guys more. Like I wouldn't like before. Like I took some risks on like Rui Hachimura. I was telling you, like a Kobe White type of guys. Like those are risky plays.
Kobe has a chance. Kobe has a chance. Rui, I don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't see it with Rui.
I'd buy singles of the more established players if I had to do it again. And then I like Ralla's been getting it. He's been doing his research. I wouldn't be afraid to cop 9s either because soon 10s are going to be too expensive.
Dude, that's
and
the
then
thing.
9s are going to go up.
So that's one of the things the guys on the podcast talk about is the reason why people would even like stay away from 10s because they're fucking absurdly high.
Yeah.
Like a fucking PSA 10 Luka base is like 10 grand, like
it's insane.
7 grand.
Because it's like the younger people probably hear about it first. Eventually, now we're talking about people who are in their 40s and 50s who have a lot, might have a lot of money and they want to get in the game. They got money. I want the best. I want the 10. And the more people that get into the game, the higher that 10 price is going to go. 9 price is going to increase. 8 price is going to increase. So like, if I'm like, for me, I just got back into it in January, trying to build with 9s, flip those into 10s, and work my way up like that. Like, I can't just go out and buy all the 10s that I want. I'm trying to strategically, you got to look at you do your research. On eBay, you could look at what the prices are going for. Make sure you're buying around or hopefully below the average price. You could check pop reports, which are your population reports on PSAs. You could look up the cards, see how many of them exist. Like you were asking about the Luka Doncic earlier. The last couple of years, there is a ton of cards being printed. So there's like 15,000 Lukas that are in like at a PSA 9, PSA 10, whereas Shaq has like 2,000.
Right. Yeah.
So just by like oversaturating with the new stuff, I think those prices are going to go down. Whereas if you're looking at some of these older guys, there's only a certain amount made. They're not making any more. And I think with I think it's 2018 on, or 2018 or 2018. That's Luka's year on. They just produced a lot more.
Right. The thing, even with Luka though, I feel like even with the supply going up, the demand is still going to be level to the supply. You know what I mean? Because the point where the supply overshadows the demand, then the price goes down, right? But I don't think Luka's demand is ever going to go down.
But what about
this guy's a
in 5 years
stud.
though? What are people going to be buying Luka's in 5 years still? Or are you going to flip that? Or are you going to flip that?
Like
I would say I think Luka's a safe investment, but I just think the key is like be wary of like Zion, for example. I think the beginning of season is like his 9s were around like 1,300. Now they're down to like 350 because there's like almost 20,000 of them out there right now. So people are like, oh, like I don't need to make a decision now and keep it because there's so many of them out there that if he starts to heat up, I can get one before it gets too crazy. I would say if you can afford to invest in Luka, for sure. Like, I mean, the guy's, he's a stud.
So wait, why wouldn't someone invest in a Zion 350 PSA 9? Because I feel like that would be a fucking steal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think like.
But this card was 1,300 in the start of the season. So in 2 months, it's gone down almost $1,000.
Well, that's the thing. It's just like the stock market in that sense, where it's like, okay, well, it went down.
Because it's oversupplied right now, though.
Oversupplied.
And think about all the PSAs backed up like 6 months, man. Like once these cards
all these numbers are going to start climbing.
There's going to be more pop. Like I sent some cards to PSA, 3 months ago. Haven't got them back yet because everyone's doing it now.
More
right?
of them that are going to be submitted are the newer ones because there's more out there, and it's a new good condition card. You're going to send it. If it's an old one, like chances are most of those 20, 30-year-old cards have got destroyed, or they're going to be 7s or 5s, right?
Right.
So.
And it's interesting because, like, dude, the fucking guys people, like the human beings fucking grade the card. It's not like it's like a fucking machine.
That's what we talk about too.
So it's totally subjective.
Was that guy hungry?
What I mean?
Was he hungry when he was marking it?
Exactly. And like they're like in tune with the fucking trend too. So like, if they get like a fucking silver Zion rookie, they're gonna grade that card a little bit fucking stricter than the other ones. You know what I mean? Sure. And it's totally subjective. Like that day, that guy might just be a little fucking tired, maybe a little fucking hungover. You know what I mean? Because dude, there's a lot of stories of guys getting like PSA 9s and then resubmit it and they get a fucking 10 because that day the fucking person.
I think it's 2 years. It's going to AI computer grading.
Oh yeah.
Is that confirmed?
That's a reliable source.
I can see that happening.
Man.
Well, they have to keep up with
it's crazy.
The demand.
Crazy. There's one job that's gonna go fucking AI. It's fucking card graders.
Oh yeah, toss it through a machine.
Get the fuck out of here, boys.
Yeah, but bottom line, get in the game before it's too late.
Dude.
I think if you can get in now, invest in some players that you think are gonna have a good second half of the season, maybe make some noise in the playoffs. Sell them at the playoffs when NBA is at the peak of the year is going to be in playoffs.
Right.
Yeah, there's usually a dip around this time anyways.
Get your money then.
Middle of the season.
During All-Star break.
Yeah. And then it dips back up during playoffs.
Right.
And then
preseason hype, playoffs.
Then you got some, sell that while it's high in playoffs. Or if you can afford to hold long term, do that.
Right.
But if you're gonna sell it when playoffs, when NBA's just buzzing, everybody's watching, it's all over the news, and then you
Shaq's
take
buzzing.
it, and then you could look to rebuy again in the off season when basketball isn't buzzing and maybe football started or something, right?
Fuck yeah, man. I'm getting like anxious because I feel like I'm like falling behind on this shit.
We can catch you up.
Dude, I'm joining whatever fucking WhatsApp, fucking Discord, whatever you guys are in.
Yeah,
I'm
we
joining
gotta
it, and
chat.
we're just fucking chitter chattering.
You can pay to
Yeah.
get on Ralla's spreadsheet.
I will pay.
He's
I will
about to send
literally
it
pay.
live.
That
I
shit
might-
was so legit, like green, yellow, fucking
Color coded
shit.
algorithms.
He's passionate about this.
Fuck. All right, boys. Let's. We got through so much shit,
We
man.
could
Yeah.
we could go for
We
a
could
couple.
go on
We
all
could go for
night.
2 more hours.
But we
Yeah.
gotta unfortunately wrap up because my man Daniel. Thank you, man. I can't thank you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Security guard. He was a beauty. He
And
actually.
Daniel battling it out with the first time with the 3 mics.
He's the
just
MVP
figured it
tonight.
out.
Yeah, man. First time 3 mics. It's a fucking milestone.
Rookie card.
Fuck.
The
This
rookie,
is
rookie card
This is
podcast.
the Mo Money
Yeah, bro.
rookie, man. The 3. I think
The
there's
3.
a card that's like
3
Larry, Magic, and MJ on a card. So this is pretty much like,
dude. How
big
much
3.
would that card go for?
I don't know. It's
Dude,
insane.
I saw a fucked card on social media. A stupid fucked card. It was a fucking, I don't know, it's really random. It was a Kobe and a KD on the same
Yo, I
card.
saw that.
And,
You saw that,
KD
right?
just signed
Yo,
it.
and it was
It's
a one of
It's
one.
one of
Yeah.
one, yeah.
Yo, who has that? Does KD have
KD
that?
has it.
Yo, this guy.
Why
This
would
guy.
KD even leave?
Yo,
it,
this
man?
guy's got a Kobe signed with
It's Kobe auto, but the other guy Jay Williams.
Do you remember
Who's Jay
Jay
Williams?
Williams
Oh
from
come
the
on,
Bulls?
bro. He was like Duke.
Jason
like,
Williams?
No, like Jay Williams. Like so, he was Duke point guard, national play of the year, national champion, and then
The
he got into
fucking
the
analyst guy.
yeah, but he got
Yeah.
into a motorcycle accident, and career was over.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so like the value on the one half
Yeah.
is going down.
Chop it in half.
but like,
Oh, fuck.
but it's legit like Kobe auto, authentic, like both of them on it.
But Jay
Right.
will.
Yeah,
Hey man, Charizard's never gonna tear his ACL.
Yeah.
Charizard's
Yo,
never
yeah.
gonna get a motorcycle
for
accident.
sure.
Who knows? Right?
That's one thing I was like, oh wow, that's.
You're in the Pokemon game, eh?
No, I'm not. I actually
We're strictly
I
sports.
I prefer sports because like I know more about basketball. I used to be in Pokemon, but like that was when I was like fucking 8 years old. But dude, I am so hyped that you guys are that into it.
We're
like,
gonna go running. We're gonna talk.
Buddy.
Our
we will
buys
run.
and
We
flips.
will run and talk Pokemon
Yeah.
at the same time, just while we go.
No ball. We're talking ball.
Ball. Yes. Yeah. No. Well, this guy's had a Charizard, man.
Buddy, I'm just gonna hold the Charizard in front of me while I run.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No, you put a Luca in front of you. Yeah.
Fuck. I wanted to get into All-Star Game fucking starters, but
Yo,
Yeah,
that's
they've
no
been
time.
released.
that's
oh, they have been, dude.
Yeah,
Today. Yeah.
yeah.
What do you
We
guys
can
think?
still get the reserves. Oh, you mean like we talk about it right now?
Yeah. What do you guys think
Yeah.
of it?
I think I don't see anybody being snubbed, to be honest. Was
So Shaq.
Mo,
No,
thinks,
sorry,
Mo
Dame-
thinks someone snubbed. I
Dame-
No, well the NBA team. So the
Dame could have been on there, but
That's-
where do you
yeah.
take him off is tough. I mean,
yeah.
I think Dame should have been on there.
Over who though?
That's
That's the thing,
tough.
Who do you
issue.
snub in the West, man?
So Shaq was saying he wanted, like, when I was watching NBA on TNT, they were saying Shaq was like pissed that Dame didn't go on there.
But okay,
I have no
Cause
issue with it. I have
McCollum-
no issue
McCollum
with
you
it.
got
go
injured
Kawhi?
and
Do you
Dame-
take Kawhi off?
Do I take Kawhi? That's a great question.
Like I
man.
would maybe you can't take off Luca, right?
Luka,
You can't
Steph.
take. Well, the thing. So
Steph is a
Steph deserves it.
Law.
LeBron, Jokic, easily.
yeah.
Luka is having a down year, man. But just because of his hype and who he is,
Yeah.
and
You know what?
They had to.
I'd take
NBA
Kawhi.
Global, Europe, everything.
you're
it
gonna
had to
have
be.
to, right?
But yeah, you know what? Going back, yeah, Dame got snubbed because McCollum went down with the foot injury or ankle, whatever it was,
Mm-hmm.
and I read some things today. Dame's averaging like 32, 9,
Oh, he's cooking.
shoot, like
He
hitting
has
like
like
4.5
3 game
threes a
winners
game.
and shit.
Yeah.
Like he's
I think you take Kawhi off
It's
if you
always
had
game
to.
time.
If you had to.
Yeah, 'cause
almost would
load
have
management,
to. Hey?
load management, and let him come off the bench.
And I feel like he's the type of guy that would,
He didn't. He's not gonna say anything.
He's not gonna say anything, right? He's
Yeah,
not gonna.
exactly.
He's
Yeah,
not
he
making.
doesn't
That's
care.
the thing. He's not gonna make an outpour. out
Let
of it,
Dame
you know
Tom
what
go
I
on there.
mean?
He'll throw a rap about being a
Yeah,
Western
you know what I
Conference
mean?
All-Star this year.
Like Kawhi, if he got snubbed, he would be. I feel like he would be pissed, but like he wouldn't. Like,
He wouldn't tell anyone. yeah.
actively go out and like tell the media, oh fuck y'all, you know what I mean? So like,
but hey,
NBA
maybe,
wouldn't get hurt
maybe
like that.
I like Dame. Maybe Dame needs this to like watch him just go off the second half of the season.
He's a killer, man.
Yeah, his prices are a little bit high right now, but I was
Yo,
looking
yeah,
to
our
cop
boy
big
was
man.
picking up Dames.
Yeah.
Picking up Dames.
I wouldn't do that. I mean, he's
Yo, because you know what our buddy said? He's gonna be a rapper after he retires.
That's an angle.
Yo, so
That's
his
an
card's still gonna be
angle.
popular, man. Buddy,
Damn, there's so many things that go into it, bro.
you need a popular guy. That's why, like, I'm not a LaMelo Ball fan, but his card will have hype when his Prism comes out.
Did you see the LaMelo in this?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That was hot.
There's
We
two,
know,
wasn't there?
we
That
know.
was hot. The fucking red, white, and blue. I mean, it's not red, white, and blue isn't like the best colorway, but it is a Prism and it is
For
a
sure.
rookie. So that's
For
the
sure.
thing, man. Like this LaMelo, like if he pops off, makes an All-Star team in the next 2-3 years,
Or Rookie of the Year, man.
or Rookie of the Year,
Boom.
that shit is shooting up.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right.
All right, fellas. Enjoy your 24, episode 10 with my man Braeden Ralla and Ryan Shams. It's been a good one, man. For sure gonna have you guys back on, bro.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we'll be back anytime. That was a blast. We could have
We'll
gone
be
on
back.
for hours, man.
Straight up till the morning dawn. Peace. Enjoy your 24.
We out. We out.
Bang.
We were just chatting on the storm there, man. We could have done a
Yeah.
whole epi on basketball cards.
Straight up. Dude, how long was that? Like an hour and a half? That has to be.
Yeah, 11:30
Is that your
for sure.